Welcome to Sunday Morning Magazine. I'm Anthony V. Hill, and in the studio this morning I have Christy Gordon, Club Endowment Chair with the Oklahoma Energy Football Club, and Mark Howard, the Executive Director at the Oklahoma Energy Football Club. Welcome in, everyone. How's it going?
Thank you for having us, Anthony. Everything's going great.
Thank you.
Just wishing you a happy new year.
Yeah, and you too. This is the first time we've had you guys on, and tell everyone what the Oklahoma Energy Football Club is all about.
So I'll start. Oklahoma Energy Soccer Club. We call it soccer now in England. We used to call it football, but
Right.
Soccer it is. It's been around for many, many years by now. I want to say over the last couple of years, several years, we've kind of just blown up. We've expanded. The numbers have grown. The opportunity for kids to go elsewhere, play in college, playing for the high school, playing professional clubs, even playing for the national team right now. So it kind of just shows you the growth of soccer, and especially in our club, where we've gone from possibly 700-800 kids to close to 1,500 kids within the space of 3 years. So it just kind of shows you the growth of our club right now.
And do you have tournaments, or is this just anyone can sign up, any kids?
Any kids can sign up, any level. We have the elite, we have a premier, and we have a development level. We have some new leagues, which is the elite leagues for youth soccer called ECNL. We have the ECRL. We play the local Oklahoma leagues. We play Dallas leagues. So we play pretty much everywhere. To give you an example, we've just come back from Florida. We're going to Las Vegas in 2 weeks with the elite programs. So it kind of shows you how serious we kind of are. But like I said, we've pushed a lot of kids into playing for the high schools. We've had a lot of success with the high schools, a lot of champions, 6A, 5A, 4A, 3A, kind of goes all the way down the ladder. We have a lot of coaches that coach high school. I kind of want to say we have a coach at pretty much every high school there is around right now. We've got everybody everywhere. And we've had professional players. I want to say in the past 18 months, we've had 10 players go on to professional clubs. Example, Salt Lake City, Real Colorado, FC Dallas, Sporting Kansas, St. Louis. We've had one or two kids actually play pro. We've had a couple of kids play for the Mexican national team, the U.S. national team. Just recently, we had a boy called Rogelio Garcia who's just played for the Mexican national team. Another boy, Alex Gutierrez, he's just played for the Mexican national team. So it kind of just shows you the growth and the opportunity now we have in Oklahoma City. One of the things I've always said since I've came to Oklahoma is we don't want to have that small Oklahoma mindset. We want to have the big mindset. So when we go to these big cities in Los Angeles, in New York, we can compete with the best of them. And I kind of think it's showing right now, especially on the boys' side as well as the girls' side, of teams actually winning national titles, which we probably really haven't done in the past. So we're a recognized outfit right now throughout the United States.
And you come from a soccer background, I'm assuming, right?
I come from a soccer background, yeah. I grew up obviously in Manchester, England. I played for Manchester United for 10 years. From 10 years old to 20 years old, I moved to Denmark, Scandinavia, where I played for a couple of teams, Brøndby IF being one of them. Then I moved over to the US in 2014. I was part of the professional team. I played for 6 months. Then I became an assistant coach under Jimmy Nielsen. We had success for the 3 years there. And from 2019, I want to say I kind of took a lot on with the youth program. I was the director of the ECNL, which is the elite programs, and then just this past year, I've took over the club as the executive director, which is a big privilege of mine. I love soccer. I've grown up around soccer all my life. So if I can give back any experiences that I've had the pleasure to have over the years to these kids, then I'm happy to do so.
And how long has the Oklahoma Football Club been around?
I want to say 20 years, Christy. You probably know that better than I do.
Since 2018?
2018?
Yeah.
Wow, but the
Well, that's when they became a nonprofit.
That's when they became nonprofit,
so
correct?
I think they were in existence before then as well.
Yeah. So just to give you a bit of an example, we had two small clubs, academy clubs, Edmund Soccer Club, Norfolk AC Soccer Club, and what we do is we merge together to create Oklahoma Energy Soccer Club. We still have the academies in Edmund Soccer Club and Norfolk AC Soccer Club, which I think is kind of cool, and they just feed into the elite program. I should say the competitive program. But no, we cater to every single level. We cater. We start really at U11. So they usually come through the academies at Edmond, and they usually come at the academies at Norfolk AC. And then by U11, they come into the competitive program. And just last year, we saw the growth improve massively, where we had boys 2014. We had 167 kids turn out at 2014.
Oh, wow.
And on the girls' side was a monster number as well. And all those kids always find a place for whatever level they are. We have a great staff, all different levels, all different licenses. So there's a level for every kid out there, because some people usually approach me on the street and they'll ask me, is my kid good enough to play for the Oklahoma Energy? Absolutely is. You can go at any level required. And then they usually come to me about the financials, which I'll let Christy take over, but usually come to the financials. We don't know if we can afford it. It's affordable to everybody out there. The club does a phenomenal job of working with people to try and get them into the club. Obviously, I'll pass you on to Christy. She can explain a little bit more, but there's a level for every single kid. And like I said, the financials should never come into it.
Yeah, Christy, fill us in on your side of things.
Yeah, so this year we actually awarded 90 scholarships out of the over 1,500 kids that are playing. But that money all comes out of the current operating budget, sponsorships that we're able to get each year, which depends on the amount companies or individuals are willing to give. And it varies every year from year to year. And as any parent knows, it is expensive to play a competitive sport. There are costs associated with it. We have registration fees, team dues, referee fees, uniforms that they're required to have. And then, of course, on top of that, if the teams travel, that's an added expense. So where I come in is last year, after they were done giving scholarships out with the amount of money that they had allocated for it, there were still some kids that we didn't have the money for, so they didn't get the opportunity to play. So they stayed in rec. They can still play. They just don't get to come to the competitive side. So we decided to start an endowment fund, and we set it up with the Oklahoma City Community Foundation. And what the endowment is it's an invested, consistent, long-term source of income for OEFC, for scholarships specifically. Oklahoma City Community Foundation invests the money that we raise, and then every year we get a percentage of that regardless of the economic situation that year. So it's dependable, it's reliable, we can predict it, and we know how many scholarships we can give each year. And our goal is to be able to eventually replace the scholarships that we give now that just come from our operating budget with this endowment fund, so we can use the money in the operating budget to further enhance our coaches, to get the best coaches we have, to give our coaches more training, to get our teams to more tournaments and whatnot. And as a parent, I had two boys in the club, actually. They're now 29 and 26, so past it, but they went through the whole club from rec to competitive. My youngest went on to play soccer in college. And, you witness the growth that gives them. They learn teamwork. They learn how to celebrate wins with each other. They learn how to deal with the losses with each other. When they get to college, it gives them an instant group of friends that they're associated with. It makes that transition from small Oklahoma City to a big city like Chicago, a group of friends and camaraderies to hang out with. So we see the impact that it makes on kids. And then we've also seen that a lot of kids can't afford the cost to play. And so we have teamed with PAL, which is the Police Athletic League. And they are an after school program that helps kids have a place to go after school. They have soccer teams, they have basketball teams, they have volleyball teams. But once they graduate in fifth grade. So it's right when they would be coming into competitive soccer. We're going to provide scholarships to those kids as well to be able to bring them from a PAL team, which is basically they qualify by being in the lunch program for schools and have a certain income ratio, and that's how they qualify for the scholarships. But those kids are going to be pulled in and scholarshiped through OEFC's competitive team. And the cool thing about the endowment is, since it is guaranteed and we do get that money every year, once we give a scholarship to a kid, that scholarship will stay with that child through the length of their OEFC career until they graduate high school if they want. So it's really a great opportunity. It's something we've never done before. It's covering more than the current scholarships cover for each kid, and it's more all-inclusive. So the families don't really have to worry about additional fees coming up throughout the year. Everything's pretty much covered with the endowment funds that they're awarded each year.
Okay, cool. And I think you mentioned there's a gala coming up.
Yes.
Fill us in on that.
It is our first gala that OEFC has ever held. We've kind of always wanted to have something where we can have a big awards ceremony to recognize the top coaches, top players, top managers, and everyone who helps with operating the soccer club. And so we're hosting a gala on March 29th at the Oklahoma History Center. And we're going to have awards, we're going to have a live auction, a silent auction, seated dinner, music. And we're hoping that most of our coaches get to attend, and the players that are getting the awards will attend with their families. We have sponsors that have generously donated, such as Superior Construction, Soccer City, Doctors O'Neill and Suzanne Kidalingi. We have Jonathan and Letitia as well who have donated, and the McLaughlin family and Connor and Winters Law Firm. So we have a lot of sponsors. We're looking for more. So if anyone is interested, feel free to contact us. But we're excited about it. It should be a good time.
Nothing I just want to add. I appreciate what you and your husband Brian have done for the club in the Endowment Fund. I think it doesn't go unnoticed, especially for myself and the coaches and the players, because I've seen kids right now given opportunity that they would never have been given before. Both boys and girls, they've thrived under it. Kids that, like I said, a couple of years ago didn't think they could have this opportunity. Now they're being given this opportunity, and people are actually doing things with this opportunity on both sides. And I think it's also very cool when I look back and I have alumni kids come up to me and say, hey, do you remember this? Or, hey, do you remember this is what I do now? Hey, I coach kids at this level. Hey, I do this in certain areas. And I just think it's just the cool stories. And like I sometimes we have kids come out as alumni to help with camps. So it's all kind of one big family. And I think we've really right now created a really good culture within the club. And like I said, anybody's welcome, any level, female, male. So yeah, everybody's welcome.
And if someone wants to get involved, where can they go get more information?
We have a website.
Yeah, I want to say it's Oklahoma Energy Soccer. Or if you just type in Google and put Oklahoma Energy Soccer Club, it should come up all the information on there. And we have a fantastic media team where they make it very simplified for even people like myself to look through it all. But no, if you click on that, it can give you each step. And all my emails, my cell numbers, the coaches at all different levels, age groups, they'll all be on there as well.
Alrighty, thank you guys for coming in. Christy Gordon, the Club Endowment Chair, and Mark Howard, Executive Director, Oklahoma Energy Football Club. Thank you guys for